Salute, 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 y'all. Salute, y'all. Salute, y'all. Salute, y'all. Salute, y'all. Salute, y'all. Let me know if y'all hear us, man. Let me know if y'all hear us. Word up. Let me see if y'all hear us. Word up. I see you, Rack. I see you, Rack. Salute, salute. Let me see if everybody in the building. Everybody in the building. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up being somebody other than me? You heard me? Yo, I got a treat for y'all, man. Louis V, I see you in the building. Angel Dickinson, I see you in the building. Magnificent Mecca, I see you in the building. BJ313, I see you in the building. Miss LA, Dunbars, New York Nikki, I see y'all in the building, man. I got something special for y'all, man. I ain't even gonna play with y'all on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait for the people to come in. Matter of fact, I ain't waiting for nothing. Let's go. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Salute y'all, salute y'all, salute y'all. I appreciate y'all. I got a treat for y'all today, man. Everybody that's in the building, man. We got one of the low-life founders in the building. You dig what I'm saying? And I appreciate him, man. I'm going to give him his flowers right now while he alive, while he can hear him. I reached out to my man, you dig what I'm saying? And I'm talking about he got a big situation going on. He always busy. You dig what I'm saying? Word up, so. You dig what I'm saying? We're going to get this right. I don't know why my thing is playing, but hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's go. Salute, 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 y'all. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, salute. Y'all see I got my low life shit on today. Y'all dig what I'm saying? I got a classic for y'all today, man. Yeah, y'all see it. You know, new symbols and all that. And I got the chain on my man that's about to pull up himself gave me. You dig what I'm saying? I told a few cats about this. You dig what I'm saying? I got him in the background right now. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all who he is right for it. I put these pictures up before for y'all. I don't know if y'all really understood who it is. It's my man back in the days, y'all. Pay attention to what he got. You know what I'm saying? Look at that collection on the wall. Look at his shirt. Look at his arms. These ain't regular pieces, y'all. This is vintage shit. Like this is shit that you can't make up. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is my man right here. You dig what I'm saying? In the future day and all that. And I'm honored to say this because I'm DCEP, and my man is one of the original founders. Like I said, of the Lowlifes, one of the original founders of the Lowlifes. And a lot of people don't really get the give they credit and stuff like that. But he gonna get his. He gonna get his credit. You dig what I'm saying? Born and raised in Brooklyn and all that. You know what I'm saying? I remember my mans them first came out. Shout out to my man Big Boo. He took me on my first Miai, y'all. Yeah, my big ass. You know, you had to go through it. You ain't just gonna walk up and get around people and all that. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through it to prove who you are. Even though people knew me from the hood, all the low lifes know me from the hood, you still gotta be tested. Still gotta be tested. Then it's a lot of people out in the world that's done did some crazy shit that unfortunately Decep and my mans at the low lifes got blamed for, because just because you wear polo don't mean you a low life. You know what I'm saying? 30 in the building, hit that like. Just because you wear polo don't mean you know low life. Like I said, this nigga's on the YouTube going to Marshall's and Burlington Coat Factory buying Ralph Lauren pieces that anybody has access to. But when you walk through them golden doors at the Ralph Lauren mansion, you dig what I'm saying? Or if you go up in one of them stores like Saks Fifth Avenue, rest in peace to my mother Sharon McLeod, or if you go in one of them stores like, you know what I'm saying, one of them real stores, like one of them real big department stores. Back in the days, it was Burlington, Macy's, and everything like that. G-Mac, I see you in the building. But I'm talking about the man I'm getting ready to pull up right now. Let me tell you something. It's people that's been collecting stuff for years. It's people been collecting remakes and redrops for years. This man I'm about to pull up right now, he got originals. Y'all understand what I'm saying to you? He got originals. It ain't no something like one or two pieces. Shit, I got like about, you know what I'm saying? I got a few pieces myself. I got hundreds and hundreds of pieces of Ralph. You dig what I'm saying? But I know I ain't got what he got. Do y'all really see what's going on, man? You see these pictures I got, man? And I'm honored to say that I know him. Because just like with Decep and just like the world, I always tell y'all, jealousy is something we have to deal with. But I'm cool with that. Because usually when somebody's jealous of you, they really don't know you. But envy, that's from within. And just like Decep, we go through our things because of people with their egos and their versions of what they believe happened. A lot of us are suffering from mental illness. You dig what I'm saying? And I done seen a certain podcast talking about this and that with the low life era and all that. I was really there. You understand what I'm saying to you? So a lot of that stuff that y'all see on YouTube, I'm going to say this one more time, is just entertainment. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not even going to wait for this no other. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all straight up and down, man. I'm just honored to have my man up here in the building. If y'all notice, I got my shit on. Uh-huh. Yeah. Check me out, y'all. I had to be right for the guard when he pull up. Y'all see it? You know what I'm saying? Pieces on the arms and all that, you know. Nah, this ain't that stuff. This that stuff. But without further ado, I'm about to bring my man up and let y'all understand what he got to say. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, Rack, salute, baby. You see I got my shit on.
Big Dice.
You see I got my shit on. You
Salute.
You see I got
What up? L's up, two L's
up. I don't even
up.
be putting my low shit on, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I be letting them think what they want to think. But I came on out the cut because you pulled up, man.
Yeah, you know how we give it up.
I'm honored, bro. I'm honored that you took the time out your motherfucking busy schedule to come chill with us, man. We got the whole 050 watching, sitting up there.
Yeah, that's
a
what's
bunch
up.
of dudes on YouTube. They got their story about low license. I want you to answer this question right quick, Rack. Tell me what you think about when you see this right here. Tell me what you think about when you see this.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's definitely the beginning of low lives. That's like a legendary flick on a deuce. You know, you got legendary figures in that photo right there that really, helped establish this movement from the gate. You know, you got people like you got Rudy Lowe in there. You got Bar Kim, rest in peace.
God bless.
You got Thurston Howell III, Big Vic Lowe. You got Rakim. Right. You got Uncle Disco. You got you got Beck Live. You know what I'm saying? Word. And you know what I mean? We just this classical moments in low life history. You know what I mean? And also with the yacht jacket is my fam Seagard, rest in peace as well. You know what I mean? Out of Van Dyke houses in Brownsville. Word.
Rest in paradise. I'm gonna go to one more picture, and then I'm gonna let you go. How old you was in this picture right here, Rack? Let the people know how long you've been getting down, man. How old you was in that picture, man?
Yeah, it had to be like I say 14 or 15.
Y'all heard that, y'all?
Yeah, 14 or 15, man. at that particular time, I was living with my aunt Rebecca in Marcus Garvey Village out in Brownsville, you know. That's like one of the sections where lowlights really got busy and really represented those L's hard body, you know, and really put their legacy down for double L. So yeah, I was living in Marcus Garvey, MGV, at that particular time.
14
And
years.
those pieces right there in the background, those pieces are legendary, man. Like the Ski Goose in particular, the Suicide Ski Goose, you know, like they was in a market around New York City, but on a particular Saturday, I had took a trip out to Reading, Pennsylvania on like on a Dolo meet. I think I took like the Greyhound bus for solo out to Reading, and I caught that piece from the Low House out there. You know what I mean? And the rest of the pieces, like I just caught like from Bloomingdale's in Manhattan, Macy's, Saks Fifth, Lord and Taylor, Barnwood Teller, Barney's New York, you name it. All them stores that had that vintage classical polo from the 80s, lowlifes ran through those spots, man.
That's
and got busy. Word.
Oh, you know, I already know. You already know. Yo, do me a favor. They don't really think it's a joke. Matter of fact, I got this right here, y'all. Rack sent this to me too. So you don't be thinking, Rack, I be keeping this stuff in the stash. You dig what I'm saying? Don't think my man is not a recording rap artist also, y'all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Don't understand, don't underestimate his music everywhere, y'all. All platforms, all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I got a whole catalog of music. My first CD dropped in 1999. Under Skillionaire Enterprises with my boy Thurston Howard III, his label.
Shout out to Thurston and everybody.
Ever since then,
I'm looking at your background, man. Your background looking crazy, man. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Your background is looking crazy. You got the Ralph Lauren models up in there, man, and all that, man. Yo, that's you looking crazy, man. But tell me
that's
something,
how you know, like, yeah, man. As you can see, you got the legendary flicks in the background. You know, those special nights on the duels. Also nights at you know, places like Sensations out in Jersey. You know, we used to hit up all the ill hip hop clubs too, man. That's what Low Lifes did. Like, as far as like, you know, being out there and being outside, like we never really like just stood on the block. We took all of our desires, you know, outside of the community. You know, like it was always, you know, going beyond state lines to get what we needed to get. You know, we didn't just stay in the hood. But when we brought it back to the hood, it was like legendary and it was historical, you know?
I remember days like I tried to tell them. I remember this, yo. I'm telling you something, y'all. To the people that's in the building, man. I remember being on Schenectady and Sterling, and these gentlemen would come through with garbage bags full of clothes. And if anybody not familiar, I did a story about the Notorious Gully Man posse. It wasn't no asking no questions. I seen these guys personally. Ain't no hearings. I seen them walk around there with bags and then walk back counting money. Shout out to Hecklo and everybody. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Rack, tell them how you got your name, though. I heard a story myself, but I ain't going to go. I heard it was because of grabbing him. But you give me a story how you got your name, man.
Yeah. So, like, my name derives from, like, two different elements, you know? Like, first, it started from, like, the graffiti element. Because, you know, like, as lowlifes, we represent all elements of hip-hop from the gate. Like, I think that's what separated us from a lot of crews or, you know, people that was like in a golden era of hip hop. When it came to lowlifes, we was really indulged in the culture of hip hop, you know, and that's how we was really connected to all the popping hip hop clubs with all the Lob Wires, all the Brooklyn legends, you know what I mean? All the real ill hip hop artists they used to, you know what I mean, go to, and that's where lowlifes was at. So, you know, that's how we did it. We always moved around. And the second element is, you know, it came from the art of boosting, you know, being one of the greatest boosters to ever, you know, walk the streets of Brooklyn, man. And I'm talking about really putting it down in my era, in my time frame. And not only me putting it down, but really introducing other legends to the game, you know, putting them on to the game and having them lock down entire eras when it comes to low life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just like really paving the way and just was there's really a youngster out there, was 13, 14 out there really putting it down on St. John's. You know what I'm saying?
I was telling him, I said, I remember you and Tim, like the youngest ones going, yeah, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Rap.
Yeah. But let me just clarify this. Like, when I lived on St. John's, like I didn't live on St. John's in Utica. I lived like a block over. I lived on, well, 2 blocks over. I lived on
By
St.
AV and
John's
them.
between, I lived on St. John's between Buffalo and Rochester.
Facts.
Like that,
Facts.
like that's the block that I grew up on. And you know what I mean? All of my peoples, my fam, all the other legendary boosters, you know
Shout
what I
out
mean?
AV. Shout out Rich and them. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly, exactly. AV, Rich Low, Fridge Low, Wick
Yeah, they
Wack,
don't get their props.
Carvel,
That's
E
right.
Yuck, Kenny, Dollar Bill Dave, you know what I mean? Like from that block right there. And that block right there in itself, it had like some real people that really took money on a legendary level. You know, I mean, they really put it down and they really showed people how to take money and be just hold your own, you know, and just really represent those L's hard body. So that block, St. John's between Buffalo and Rochester, hold crazy weight.
I
You
know that's
know, some real hard body figures came from that block right there. Shout out to my boy Mancho too, Mancho.
a fact.
Salute, word.
You know what I want to know? Because I noticed that you stayed on it with your drive. See, you know, I'll be back and forth to Brooklyn. And shout out to
Yeah.
everybody, DCEP, Low Life, and everybody. But I see some of our minds haven't evolved. But you, I've watched you go hard and push this to a different limit. Because I remember when everybody first heard of the Low Lifes, they had y'all marked as the most craziest crew in Brooklyn and a gang and a bunch of thieves and all this nonsense. So now I'm seeing these years later that Ralph Lauren is actually giving you y'all acknowledgement and y'all flowers, man. Tell me how that whole thing transpired, man.
Yeah. So like just as far like give you a little backstory as far as like the resurgence of lowlifes. Like in 1999, we was like into the music real heavy, me and Thurston. Whereas we got the opportunity to really tour the world. We hit places like Sweden, Norway, Amsterdam, uh, Japan, you know, like around the world. We was really out there. So in that time frame, we had a chance to really connect our followers and our supporters with lowlifes as far as the culture, the history, through the music though. You know what I mean? Because the boosting and the shoplifting had phased out. So me and Thurston, we sort of like kept the engine lit through our arts and crafts and our love for hip hop, and we became hip hop artists. And then we just got a chance to like spread the whole movement across the world, right? So when we returned back from across seas, that's when I dropped my first album, which was Thou Shall Not Steal. You know, and as time went on, you know, 2006 had arrived. You know, and the whole game had changed, and social media was like a big influencer on people as far as people being able to be connected online and all that.
That's right.
So we sort of like use social media as a way to keep the culture lit and keep people connected as far as all the people that had love for low lives, that followed our culture from day one, that was into the hip hop music, that was into low life from a fashion standpoint, and also being into low lives from a community activism standpoint. And that's something we could talk about a little later. And that's where the 2 L's come into play, the love and loyalty. Understand what I'm saying? So, but just to answer your question, as far as the Ralph Lauren interest, like we've been representing Ralph from day one, you know, as teenagers, as young kids, you know, we was pretty much walking billboards with the clothing, you know, all the classical clothing. And throughout the decades, we just been doing that, but we just elevated it through the music, and we also made it spread like wildfire throughout the globe, you know, whereas now in 2022, you don't only have lowlifes in America, you now have lowlife that exists on an international level. Like, and I'm talking about in real time where you can log on right now to Instagram and you can see chapters like low lifes in Paris, you know, low lifes in Mexico, low lifes in Australia, you know, low
I
lifes
seen
in
the ones with
Germany.
Japan. With Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low lifes in London. So we found a way to like to have our spirit resonate with other people around the world that represent different walks of life and different ethnicities, man. And I think that's real powerful in itself because it's something that the world society can learn from, you know, like And that's what lowlifes represent, man. We represent bringing people together. I know me, myself, Rack Low, and my wife, Shalina, we represent love and loyalty for real. It's not just words. I mean, if you do the backstory on Rack Low, you know, I met my low wife in 1989, 1 year after low life really kicked off. And we've been representing Black love and like really living out life and being that example of love, companionship, and just being a union and being supportive and holding each other down, you know, through the trials and tribulations. And even to this day in 2022, we represent that for the low life culture. And people look at us as that example, you know, as that couple that's holding it down. And Ralph Lauren, you know, through all of the successes and our accomplishments and all of the milestones that we accomplished, man, he definitely saw interest. And about a year or two ago, Thurston became like an official model for him. Whereas, you know, they started doing like retro releases, like based around the different classical pieces from the 80s and the 90s, the early 90s. And one of the pieces, or one of the lines rather, was the Snow Beach line.
Ray
And
Palm.
Thurston was selected to be a model for that campaign, you know. And so they continuously work with us. Like currently, I'm sort of like a consultant for the Polo 67 app. Recently they had me involved with the 7 days, 7 drops, where they really highlighted all the vintage Polo gooses with my commentary as a legendary collector and an official low life representative holding down the culture. So yeah, man, I mean, so far the union between low lifes and Ralph Lauren, the Ralph Lauren Corp, it's been cool. You know, we definitely looking for, you know, greater opportunities, but thus far, yeah, just grinding and just, you know, getting that publicity going.
We'll talk
in
to
the
everybody
fashion
about
world,
what you
you
got.
know.
I was trying to tell them. I was telling them about your jury and everything. Let them know about your jury and everything like that, because that shit bugged me out. I'm like, yo, like tell them like we a jury. When I seen the Atonic, like when I seen the Atonic low life sneakers. I seen the you know, the Coogee low life sweater.
Yeah, for
Y'all
sure.
made it, man. Y'all made it, man.
Yeah,
I
so
seen this
like,
happen, man. I seen this shit
salute
happen.
big
This shit
dice.
bugged me
Salute
out.
big
You know what I'm saying?
dice. Word. So like the jewelry line is something that I created in 2010. It's called RL Jewelry. You know, like short for Rack Low Jewelry. And the whole idea behind it is I just wanted to like bring vintage accessories as far as like lapel pins, medallions, patches, water bottles, mouse pads, everything that's officially connected to low life and our spirit as far as the fashion, and just having things like the medallions that you can sort of like match with the clothing, you know, when you're out and about. So yeah, definitely that's one of the pieces right there.
Yeah, my man sent me this right here. It's a beautiful piece, y'all. If y'all don't understand, go to his jury line, man. This is definitely it, man. I was honored to get this from my man as a gift, for real. That's a fact. Go ahead. I'm excuse me for cutting you off.
Yo, much love. And yo, and they can get those pieces right there at rljewelry.net. You know what I mean? That's the Racklow official website. Word. So we got like pieces like that, but one of the first pieces I did as far as the medallions is the low life cookie, the love and loyalty cookie, you know. So I utilize like pieces like that, accessories like that. So all of like the supporters and people that's really tuned into low lives, they can actually have a piece of the history along with them, you know, no matter what country they're in. So like, let's just say if you're somewhere in like Croatia, or I mean, even China, I mean, Japan, Switzerland, you can always get a piece of low life history through the accessories that I put out through RL Jewelry, you know?
Facts. That's a beautiful thing. Matter of fact, shout out to Jais TV. He just pulled up. Matter of fact, that's who gave me the idea. We was talking one night, and Jais was like, yo, you connected to certain people in the street. You need to go get it the low. I said, yo, you know what? I'm not just going to get it a low life. I'm going to get it the low life. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's a bunch of people I know that rock with y'all movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just like with DCEP, it's like a bunch of people, you know, I know personally that rock with y'all movement. And when I see them now, Rack, I love them. But I pray for them because their mind is not where I would think that it would be in this day and age and time. You understand what I'm saying to you? If you're at this age now and you still think it's to be standing on the corner and I was on the corner of Utica and Park Place one day, and some lowlifes, some official lowlifes from Park Place in Rochester walked up, and it was like, "Oh shit, Dice." I was like, "What's up?" And he was waiting on somebody. He was drinking, still was drinking.
Yeah.
He was drinking from when we was in IS 390, and he was like, "Yo, we about to go hit the stores." And I said to myself, I thought about you. I said, damn, I thought about Thirst. I'm like, yo, these dudes is really, really standing behind this and catapulting this low life thing, this love and loyalty thing to something different. Because when I tell my peoples down here, I said, low life is an acronym slash down that I know of, Polo. I said, but yo, we come from the lowest depths of life. You understand what I'm saying to you? People down here, they don't fathom to imagine. I be telling them in North Carolina, I said, I remember the building across the street from Seatown? Where Samantha used to live in? Samantha,
okay.
her and her sister, when they got burnt down, I'm telling people, it was times where we had slumlords in Brooklyn that didn't care about electricity or faulty wiring, nothing like that. This is where we was at in the hood. And my mans and them, when they came up, like we all was either in PS 127, IS 390, the little schools and stuff like that around. Some of us went out, you get what I'm saying? But I really watched my mans come from nothing to this level that they are now, and I got to give you your flowers now, Rack. Like you was younger.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? It was dudes that I know that paved it, and then you just broke out and flew with that shit. You do what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, like just like just really being outside and really being active. Like
You know what I wanted to tell you about? You know what I want you to talk about? Excuse me, because they don't be believing this. A lot of people down here in the South, they think this shit is crazy. To everybody that's in the chats, I know some people may have heard of this before. I want my man to tell y'all about the Million Man Rush.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. So like the Million Man Rush, that's like a term that's like my brainchild. Yeah, that's like one of my brainchilds as far as the slang that that lowlifes utilize in our everyday conversations. So the Million Man Rush is sort of like, it's like a term whereas it signifies like a rush, like 100 or more people. We consider that to be like a million as far as like
that's right,
the metaphor in it, but or the impact rather. But it's sort of like, it's like a mission with 100 or more people to pretty much go into retail stores, ransack stores, and come out with mass amounts of merchandise, and in most instances, that merch would be Ralph, Polo Ralph. But it wasn't only Ralph in that day and time, and let me just clarify this too. Like when it comes to low lives, like, because I like to put things in its proper, context.
Right.
Like when it comes to like low lives and the purpose and the reasoning behind the madness, like the reason behind it was, it was like a lack of access to financial stability for a lot of us, like I know for me, like my mom, she never worked a 9 to 5. My father pretty much worked 2 and 3 jobs to hold down a family of 7 kids and 1 wife, and in that particular situation, it wasn't much I can really ask for when I had 6 other brothers and sisters that depended on my mother and my father. So I had to find a way to to get what I desired, and that came through me pretty much being out there, risking my life, risking my freedom, risking my health and all of that, just to stay above water and just to be out there making history. Because that's another thing too. We was 14, 15, 16, and we was just living life and surviving, but we didn't even know we was out there making hip hop history and fashion history, and I think, and that's one of the compelling things about our whole movement. We were just like young teenagers, adolescents out there risking it all for some things we had in common, all our desires, all the things that we wanted to enter into our lives, and we put it all on the line. But in the process, we made history, man, and it was something that resonated with the world, because it was like we didn't ask for anything. We went out and we took what we wanted, In my eyes, even at that time, being 14 and 15, you know, I looked at boosting and being on Fifth Avenue, Madison Avenue, being up in all of those high-end department stores. I looked at that as me getting a part of the American dream, you know, us risking it all to get what we deserve. And that's like, you know, getting a part of that American dream and bringing that, you know, back to the hood and just, living life, as we, thought was fit, you know.
That's right.
But it was all about survival, and it was a purpose, you know. Like we just wasn't out there running into stores, you know, recklessly and doing things with no thought in mind, you know. We did things to serve a purpose. You know, a lot of people had bills, a lot of people had to pay rent, car notes, a lot of people had situations where they were like the sole providers through means of shoplifting. Like without boosting and shoplifting, a lot of people would not have ate, you know, at times. The bills wouldn't have been paid. A lot of people, you know, were probably living with their parents, taking care of, you know, elderly people. And by them, you know, being able to be out there, you know, hustling and boosting, they were able to provide and help the family, you know, sustain or pretty much improve a circumstance, you know? Yeah, man.
And that's why I'm glad you just brought that up, because like if y'all heard what he just said, it's just like me and other people all over the world that niggas ain't want to gravitate to nothing because they was trying to gravitate to it. Niggas was hungry.
Yeah, man.
Like it's hard. Like half God bless the dead. He said, yo, Dice, your stomach will never wait for no food when it's hungry. So what you gonna do? Sit there and just kill yourself or go crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And then the part that people don't understand about the low lives, that's why I'm making sure my man up here to get his flowers, because this is just the beginning. Like you see how we ran around in the street and tried to elude police and all the crazy activity and went to jail and all this nonsense and stuff like that. Yo, do me a favor, Rack. I want to shout out to a couple of low lifes that I know personally.
Okay.
They gone, but they not forgotten. And
yeah,
they kind of upset me when they took that wall, that monumental painting down on the wall for that building right there. Because a lot of people that's not familiar with St. John's of Utica, we had a monumental wall, man. Like it was a beautiful wall. And I want to say rest in peace to my man Vic Lowe, man.
Yeah, Mr. Raisin.
Mr. Raisin, man. I want to say rest in peace to my man Star, man. I miss you,
Star
man.
Low. Salute.
And somebody that they forget about all the time, man. They forget about him all the time. And I watch this kid grow up and I see his smile right now. Rest in peace, my man Ninja from St. Mark's, man. You dig what I'm saying?
Ninja.
Like I watched him grow up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, and then certain things. Rest in peace to Boost and Bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yo, rest in peace to, you know, the late great Ski Black, who just passed away recently. That's my brother in the heart. You know what I'm saying? From Marcus
That's what
Garvey
I want
Village.
you to do. I want you to talk about some of the fallen brothers, and I want you to talk about some of the brothers like Frank Boo. That's locked down, like Buffalo, that's locked down, man. And because I want y'all to understand, for the people that's seeing this and the people that might watch this, my prayers is going out to everybody, man. But we got Rack up here, and this ain't even my show tonight, man. This Rack show. You dig what I'm saying? It's just the beginning. It's the beginning of, because what I initially asked Rack to come up here for was, y'all, in the near future when he gets some time, I'm gonna have him have his wife come up here, because we totally forget about the stress that we leave on our women when we going through that foolishness in the street, and we don't really give them their flowers and appreciate them for the support and the bullshit that they put up with. And that's just an actual fact.
Yeah.
But talk to me, Rack. Talk to me about some of the ones that was lost and some of the ones that's locked up and how you feel about everything.
Yeah, man. Like along the way, we lost some, we lost some comrades, some real legendary people, you know, some people that really helped upstart the lifestyle and the culture when we first started in 1988, you know, like people like Marco Polo, you know, rest in peace. Like, as you just mentioned, Mr. Raisin, Ninja, Star Low, Ski Black, Seagard, Moosey out of Van Dyke, you know. Yeah, just a lot of people, you know, a lot of loved ones, man, that's truly missed. And we definitely, you know, everything we do, we carry on their legacy. They're always remembered, and you know, we try to keep them a part of everything we do. Rest in peace to the legendary, you know, the legend, Boost and Billy, you know?
The legend. The legend.
Let me tell you about Boostin' Billy though.
That's
You
why
know,
you here, rap. What you talking about? You home, rap?
like as far you already, as far as like, you know, like I said earlier, like low lives, you know, like we started in Brooklyn, but you know, like we really like resonated with like Jersey, Connecticut, you know, like Rhode Island, Boston, Virginia, you know, and it was really big in Philadelphia, and that's through Boostin' Billy, right? So I remember like it was like the late 80s, man. Boostin' Billy, he had like family. He had like, you know, family, his grandmother, his cousins, you know, they lived out in Philadelphia. It was like, you know, they had like history in Philly as far as living out there. So one day he just took us out there, man. He took me, my man AV Rock, Rudy Lowe, and
Shout out
Sean
Rudy.
Dew. Yeah, shout out Rudy Lowe. And like this is when like the Polo USA ski vests was out. You know, they had like they had like four different colors, you know. But with the Polo USA, you know, like
The
down
favorite
like the
one,
side.
the one you got, the light, the blue and the yellow one. That's my favorite put
Yeah,
together.
yeah, exactly. Had blue, yellow, red. Yeah, it had red and black, blue, you know, blue and black, and white and blue. So yeah, so we went out there to Philly and with Boostin' Billy, and he took us to like these two stores. He took us to John Warner Makers and he took us to Strawbridges, you know? And
Yeah.
we went to Philly in that particular when we went to Philly in that instance right there, we created a chapter in Philly. We was the first Philly lowlifes, man. You know what I mean? Back in the 80s, because we took that journey out there and we hit up Strawbridges and John Warner Makers for the ski vest and brought them back to Brooklyn. And when we came back to Brooklyn about a week later, it was my 16th birthday party in Brownsville, Brooklyn. So you probably see like the photo floating around where it's like 10 of us, we're like in the back of a red pickup truck and we all got the polo ski vests on. Like that's the night of my 16th birthday party in Marcus Garvey in Brownsville. That was like a legendary night. On that particular night, like we pretty much united and formed Voltron, whereas all the legendary boosters from like Albany and Fenimore, Franklin Avenue, St. John's and Utica, Marcus Garvey Village, and I think some from like Bed-Stuy and East Flatbush, we all like just united that night and just represented at my party. You know what I mean? And it was like a historical flick. And you can see that flick is floating around all over you know, social media and the internet, man.
Word up. Word up. What up with
Word,
Frank
but
and them though, man? What up with Frank? When Frank coming home, man? Is he coming home?
yeah. Hopefully
That's
you know, I would say you're coming home. But yeah, man, it's as far as like you said, like mention some of the greats, you know?
That's right.
Like out of Marcus Garvey Village, you know, because you know we represented two sectors. We represented Marcus Garvey and we represented St. John's. So out of Marcus Garvey, like you got like Big Vic Low, Thurston Howell, you got Uncle Disco, you got Ski Black, you got my man Pumpkin, rest in peace. You got Rakim, you got G Money, you got AJ, you had Fats Capone, rest in peace, you know. So just like a lot of different people. You had Fox Lowe, you had Jerv, you know, like it was just a lot of people coming out there representing those L's, man, and really like living that life at a very, very, you know, young, early age, man.
So what you tell the people,
Putting
quote
it in.
unquote? I got some people out there. They got some clothing lines and everything. They trying to get their thing out. You know what I'm saying? What you tell the people, quote unquote, about this, about their dreams? Because, like I said, you a living legend, bro. I watched it happen and I watched it unfold. You know what I'm saying? And I even want to know this. I'm gonna ask you this now because you know I know it's so many that I know that just dwindled off. And you really wanted to, like, you the one in my eyes, in my opinion, Big Dice stamped it. They got that legacy really, really going because I remember, excuse me, I remember when Brand Nubian was talking about y'all. I remember in the beginning of the Slick Rick album when he was like, shout out to all low lives. I'm like, yo, these niggas is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't understand it back then because we were young. And I'm so proud of all of y'all, but I have to give you your flowers, bro, because so you grown. It's still it's a lot of us caught up in our second childhoods, right?
Yeah,
you dig what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
And I be watching your little photo shoots and like tell them everything you be doing, like as far as the because I'm coming to the Low Goose Deuce this year, but tell them everything you be doing with the events and everything like that, and tell them about the polo logos and a low vest goose that be going on in St. John's and everything annually every year. Talking about that.
Yeah. You know, like just keeping that tradition going and keeping it alive. You know, but for anybody out there that's doing anything as far as like a clothing line, anything with the arts, you know, being an entrepreneur, running a business, and just being a creator. You know, being a creative. I would just, you know, let them know to like always test the waters and believe in yourself and don't be afraid to invest in yourself, you know? Like that's one thing about me. Like I'm really big on independence and really having like ownership and equity in anything that I do. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a clothing line, I recommend that, you know, before you even like try to sign or pick anybody else, you know, like test the waters, you know, like invest in yourself initially to see even if, you know, your product is profitable, you know, invest in yourself and just
That's
sort of
right.
like learn as much as possible as far as ownership. If you're doing music, learn about publishing points, all your rights, copyrights, all of that stuff, ASCAP, BMI, just inform yourself and feed yourself as much knowledge as possible about any industry you're trying to be, involved in as far as that,
That's
as far as the events that I do right now, like I said, it's just like an extension of what Low Life did back in the 80s, like with Low Goose on the Deuce. I sort of like created that event back in 2010. So like a lot of my events, they have a decade on them, a decade or more. So
that's right.
anything with a decade or more is considered legendary and vintage, like and consistency, and that's I think like that's one of the biggest things about the events that I do. The consistency and the energy that myself and my wife put into making sure each event is all inclusive and it represents Low Life's as what you see today in 2022, a large body of people that represent different walks of life and represents different ethnicities, all coming together for the principles of love and loyalty. And that's love and loyalty for what? For yourself, for your family, for your health, for your community, for your goals, for anything that you're a part of, anything that you want to accomplish in life. Um, when it comes to like framing it as far as a goal, you have to invest some sort of love and loyalty into the process. And I think that's what like people that's how people can
Mm.
relate to Low Life on a global scale, because those are the two principles that define Low Lifes in 2022, love and loyalty. So
Mm.
as I
Mm.
stated earlier, like in the beginning, it was Low Life, as far as the street element, like being out there, risking it all, um, risking it, jeopardizing our freedom as far as incarceration, you like going to jail for, years and decades. Like a lot of my friends, man, they spent 10 years, 20 years in
Mm.
prison, they spent decades in prison, and salute, man, a lot of them was able to, defeat all of that adversity and overcome, the beast, and they made it back home. Like people like Ralph Lowe, salute. My bro Puplo, Claiborne,
Salute. I heard he came home. Yeah, I just spoke to
yeah,
Clay too the other day. Salute.
yeah, like people like that, So it's just a blessing, to be able to see my brothers, still out here and still being progressive and still trying to live life, and just just being motivated, man, and just being able to live and
Thank
do
you.
what they want to do.
Facts.
You
Thank
know,
you.
that's
Facts.
what it's about, man.
That's facts. Yo, man,
Yeah,
if it's anything y'all want to ask him, you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping a link. I ain't gonna keep him up all night because I know he got some things to do and he could have been anywhere else in the world and he decided to pull up. Like I told y'all, this is just the beginning, man. You know what I'm
yeah, we
saying?
definitely
For
gonna
the
chop it up. You know what I mean? A lot more. But Dice, let me let them know this. So
do it.
far,
Nigga, it's
like
your
we put out,
show. Go. Nigga, nigga,
like
let me
we,
tell you
we
something. Let me show you something, Rap. Let me show you what I did. I rolled up two for this one, baby.
all right, salute, baby. So
Go
like,
ahead,
yeah,
baby.
we like we're real active, like when it comes to like being creators and like trying to, be controllers of our destinies, So like thus far, as like material and putting stuff out in the public, so far we put out 2 books so far. You know what I mean? We put out this book right here. This is my first book, which is Low Life, an American Classic.
Yo, Rack, hold on, Rack. Hold on, excuse me. I didn't mean to cut you off. You know I went on Amazon to buy that book, yo?
Yeah.
You know what they selling that book? Let them know what that book going for, Rack.
Well, I mean,
and it's worth it. It just bugged me out, and it's worth it. This is history. I'm trying. Yo, let me tell y'all something, man.
Dice, what you seeing it for, Dice? How much you seeing it for?
That book was $500. That book was $500 on Amazon right now.
Yeah. So it's like
it said few copies.
Yeah.
So I went off the computer because I thought I was high, right? You dig what I'm saying? And went back up there to check on Amazon, and I said, "Yo, y'all made it, man. Yo, and y'all deserve that, bro."
Yeah, and it's a book right here that, like, I'm really proud of this one right here. Like, this is my first book, but it was published and distributed by like one of the biggest book distributors in North America, and that's Random House and Penguin. So this was like real big right here, and it definitely got like some legendary stories in here. A lot of the low life history, the photos are definitely there. That's really illustrating how we lived in the 80s. You know what I mean? So this is low life.
It's another one with Thurston in it.
Yeah. So like this is Low Life, an American Classic. They can catch this one at rljewelry.net. And then the second one is the one you just mentioned. You know what I mean?
That's the one that's $500.
Yeah, this is the $500 one.
That's the one that's $500. Excuse me.
Exactly.
That's the one that's $500, man.
Yeah, so like as you can see,
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like so far we put out 2 books, man, and just staying real active and productive. And for Black History Month, February coming in 2023, I'm gonna be releasing my second book, which is called A Low Life Love Story, which is like a story based around my relationship and my union with my original low wife. Like I'm the first low life in history to marry his original low wife. Like we met in 1989, and she represent like all the values, the morals, the outlook, the energy of a real true low wife. However, she didn't involve herself or engage in a boosting element, but just as far as like how you alluded to earlier, like being a support system for me as I was out there risking my life, as far as, being in the street, the possibilities of, losing my life, going to prison for mass amounts of years, being shot, like just the possibilities of anything happening. And she being there for me through it all, like even when I hit Rikers Island, believe it or not, man. And I'm sure like a lot of guys can relate to this. Like when I hit the island, my wifey was the only person that came to see me besides my mother and my father.
That's right.
So like, yeah, like she's a true soldier. And yeah, man, we just been together ever since representing.
I thought it was Sheena, but it's Shalina.
It's Shalina. Yeah, Sheena for short.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So I got that book coming Black History Month, February 2023. And as far as like another project that's coming real soon, they can look for like the TV series. I think it's gonna be like a Netflix series, It's called Still in the American Dream. It's like the Thurston Howell low life story, that dates back to like the early 80s. It dates back like to the early 80s, and we're gonna bring you to the current time up until now, as far as the lifestyle and just how everything transpired in low life culture as well as in Thurston's life, up until this point. Yeah, and just staying active. We're doing like a lot of producing, a lot of filming, still a lot of book writing. We all have like merchandise in that, we try to like sell and like, provide for our listeners, our followers, our supporters, and like all the events, like outside of Low Goose on the Deuce, which is an event, like I said, I started in 2010, and it's sort of like an extension of the energy that we brought to Times Square back in 1988. But this time around, it's sort of like included all people from all ethnicities, and I sort of like bridged the gap from like golden era to the new millennium. So all the young kids, all the youth, all the people that wasn't pretty much there in 1988, they can also be a part of the legacy and get to feel some of that original low life energy as we keep the energy thriving, and for years to come, man. Yeah.
I saw something recently. Pardon me, I didn't mean to cut you. I saw something recently that made me laugh. I'm watching everybody out there. I know they watching Power and everything like that. I watch Power Raising Canaan.
Yeah.
And I see that 50. You know what I'm saying? If anybody know about Raising Canaan, the niece or whatever, she was a lowlife. You dig what I'm saying? And they showed an actual scene where she ran off the truck with the ski man. You dig what I'm saying? And one of the security guards got cut trying to grab her, and I just flashed back. Like I said, number one, shout out to 50 Cent for even putting that in his catalog. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because y'all have been overlooked for so long, bro. And it's people that
much love to 50 Cent for that.
Yeah,
much love to 50 for that. Yeah.
Tell me how y'all felt when that went through, like when you seen that transpire, man.
Nah, it just felt great, and I felt like, it was remarkable that he was able to like depict the lifestyle of Brooklyn, New York, like representatives of Brooklyn that really sort of like survived and overthrew that particular era and time frame, and the pieces that he selected for the actual scenes, those was actual pieces that are still in our closets and collections to this very day. Like, I'm probably like the only low life, like currently in 2022, that got most of his pieces from like 1987, 88, 89. Because like a lot of low lives grew up as far as size.
Facts.
But like, like I stayed like sort of with my same, I stayed with my same slim frame, but I grew mentally like a giant, you know what I mean? But so even from like, it wasn't always about just polo, like I said earlier. So like even currently, like I still got all the Benetton, I got the Guess, the classic Tommy, the Nordica, I got the Sergio Cicchini, I got the Profile, I got the Herman Gooses, I got the Jerry G's, I got yeah, bro, I got
I seen the
I got the Benetton joints, I got the Guess jumpers, I got the Pele Peles.
Oh God, come on, man.
So
See,
right now,
that shit? First of all, y'all want to hear that shit. You know why? Let me tell y'all something, man. This is my man, so I'm gonna tell y'all what went down just now. Like he said, he just broke down the fact that Ralph Lauren broke down the Low Gooses. My dumb ass, y'all. My mother worked for Saks Fifth Avenue.
Fact.
I had Low Gooses that I didn't understand the value that they were, and I destroyed them. I even got stuck for one. I had the black and blue one with the cookie right here with Polo USA.
Yeah.
They stuck me coming from a D-set party from Atlantic Towers one night. Back me down for that coat, bro. Back me down for that coat. You dig what I'm saying?
It was serious on the streets for low back in the days, And then like Ralph, that's how like that's how the Suicide Goose sort of like got its name, Like the coat the picture you showed earlier with me when I had the ski goose and the sweatshirt that matched it in the background. Like that coat was suicidal to wear in Brooklyn, New York, like riding a train or walking through the streets like on Pickens Avenue or through Brownsville, Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy. No matter where you was at, man. Like Low Gooses back then. Yeah, Low Gooses back then, man.
Wore that coat. And you know who them two people was? One of them is deceased. Shout out to my man RoboCop, Sean. Him.
Yeah.
The only other person I've seen with that coat on physically on Utica Avenue is shout out to my man Big Boo.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about when they first came out. When niggas was getting murdered for them shits. Like, people don't really understand this shit. Like, they think about the hustling. I know the problems that people were trying, like, I'm just thinking about this now. I'm like, I'm bugging, like, yo, the way people were getting robbed and killed over clothes. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
It was
clothes.
serious,
And
man.
I've always seen you, Ralph, from head to Guess. You know what I'm saying? Like the jump, like I remember with the Guess jumpers, when all y'all had the Guess jumpers with A&S, when y'all killed A&S downtown back in the days before it turned into Macy's. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You, Rudy, Frank Lowe, coming through with the crazy pieces. Big Boo, he big like me, got pieces. That's why if Ralph Lauren see this, you got to go to the big and tall with them classic gooses, man. We got a little bit of change out here. I personally asked my man right here, yo, Rat, do me a favor. Let me know. The coats come out. It's medium. Medium. I need a 2X. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front.
All right. Yeah.
I need a 2X. But the aspect of that, like I said, people following, like I remember the time. I think it was like 1991 Halloween.
Mm.
And I remember Ness and them. Everybody was on St. John's. This how real this shit was. Niggas had on low. Because you know, back in the days, Halloween, if you ain't tough, you better put on bullshit clothes. You dig what I'm saying? And I remember somebody throwing an egg and hitting somebody low shirt. And they stomped his life away. You dig what I'm saying? like, I'm talking about life stomped out of his body. You dig what I'm saying, on Halloween night, man?
It was serious,
I'm glad,
man.
I'm really proud of you, man. Like to see what you have accomplished and what you have achieved. I ain't gonna front. You know, my man got a mannequin standing behind him with the Ralph Lauren shit on. Like the pieces you sent me and everything like that, man.
That's the classic turn, though, you know?
Like, I appreciate you, man. I wouldn't even came up here without no low shit on. If I'm usually got on my t-shirt or something like that chilling because, you know, I'm retired. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I appreciate you too, Dice. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Always
I'm
and
telling you,
forever,
man.
man.
It's always going to be love and loyalty, man. And this is just the
Salute,
beginning.
bro.
And when you and the wife is ready, and I spoke to Clay, and, you know, like I said, I'm letting this be your executive decision who comes up on this platform because you know how I move. You dig what I'm saying? I wasn't talking to nobody else but coming up here except you. You understand what I'm saying
ready,
to you?
Bro.
And I will be up there January 14th for the Low Goose, and we'll be able to set it up for you to do the interview with me and everything like that, man. Anything else you want to say before you get out of here, man?
Yeah. I just want to let the people know that, you know, like, it's all about the growth, you know? Like, I'm sure y'all probably heard crazy stories about lowlifes getting busy in the 80s, running through the department stores, running on a million man rush, and really putting everything on the line, sacrificing everything, you know, as far as the lifestyle and what we lived for. But it's all about the growth. Like, you know, like we lived a certain lifestyle, but we matured and we became grown adults, and we understood the impacts we had on our communities as far as the role we played in the downfall of, or you know, the destruction of our communities. So as we matured, we took the responsibilities to be a part of the solution as opposed to being part of the problem, you know. And that's why you see people like such as myself. I transitioned, and now, like, I uphold a career in the field of human services, social work. You know, like, I'm a full-fledged career counselor where every day I help people, formerly homeless individuals, veterans, and youth. I help them connect to full-time, sustainable, part-time employment that sort of lead to career paths, you know. And this also involves, like, helping them establish internships and apprenticeships that sort of, like, assist them in job shadowing and understanding the career in a whole, as far as the whole spectrum of the field itself, you know. Like, that's what I do. So we're really big on, like, helping people. And even with what I'm doing in 2022, it's all about bringing people together. Like, that's what Rack Low represent, bringing people together, you know. We're stronger united than divided, you know. And one of the things that, you know, we're moving towards, you know, in 2023 and beyond, it's all about building institutions, fam, you know. Really building institutions. I mean, physical institutions where people can walk into and really get the services that they're in need of, you know. And that's what low life is looking like for the next 10 years. Building
That's
institutions in a community that's gonna be here to, like I said, to help expand and uplift people in the community, you know, and that's what we represent in 2022. And it's all about the people, man. And I'm representing Low Life's hard body. I'm staying productive, progressive, you know,
right.
and just leading the way, man, and just making sure all the chapters around the world, they have the spirit of the original Low Lifes, the morals, the values, and what we stand for, our new mentality, and that's love and loyalty, all inclusive, but all inclusive with a purpose. It's not just about rock and low, you know. Like I always say, the low don't make the man make the
Man, make the
low.
love. Right.
And what I mean by that is never lose sight in your value as a person over materialism. You know,
Facts.
like as human beings, we're builders, we're architects, we're curators, we're thinkers, we're influencers, we're entrepreneurs. You know, like we run militaries, economies, you know, stuff like that at a great magnitude. So never let the materialism outweigh or outshine your true gifts and your true contributions to the world to make the world a better place, you know? And just use the fashion and the clothing as sort of like something that you just do, as like a uniform. But the true value is what you invest your time into and also what you bring to the table. And that's yourself and your outlook and all of your capabilities. You know what I'm saying? That's the true value. You as a person. The
Fact.
fashion and materialism, that's secondary, you know?
Fact. I
Salute.
appreciate you, man. That's the yo. Let me tell y'all something. You see why, quote unquote, like on the dark side, it get crazy. But I told y'all, shout out to China Brim. He told y'all when it's over here, we try to keep it righteous and a little uplifting, trying to get us back together. You dig what I'm saying? I could have chose a few low lights to come up here, but I humbly asked my man Rack to come up here. He didn't have to say
And I
yes. Busy. It's a busy man right here, y'all. This is a
and
fact.
I
He ain't say
appreciate
nothing
you for
about
that,
no.
bro.
He ain't saying nothing about yo,
Appreciate you for
Dice,
that.
send me this or I need this type of money. He was like, yo, when we doing it? And then a situation went through because y'all know how the YouTube world is, and it kind of broke my heart. And I text my man in the middle of the night, excuse me to your wife, tell your wife, because I know when that phone go off, they look.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I text my man 4 a.m, and that man told me, well, we doing it this day then. That's why I waited till this morning, y'all, to let y'all know exactly what was going on, man. And I'm telling you, Rack, I appreciate you, man. I love you from the bottom of my heart. You already know, love and loyalty to
Love
the
you
day I
too,
die.
bro.
You
It
dig
was
what
a
I'm
pleasure.
saying?
It was a pleasure being here, you know? And I hope your audience enjoyed it and got some real exclusive
Yo, they bugging.
updates and
They up
information
here bugging. Ain't nobody
on the
getting this,
culture.
man. And you got my number and
Word.
I got your number, and you already know on part 2, we coming back. Love and loyalty.
Word.
Salute.
Much love to all the listeners, everybody in the chat. Salute. Big Dice Chronicles, y'all. A legendary platform, you know what I mean? Look for some big things coming down the pipeline. Salute. 2L's
Salute.
up.
Yo, I'm flabbergasted. That's all I gotta say. Y'all know usually when I come up here, I don't even be dressing like I dress when I'm in the town. You dig what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. You dig? I'm all right. You know, I'm not, like I told y'all, if y'all notice, anybody that's been rocking with me from day one, I'm not about trying to impress nobody. I'd rather be respected than accepted. I just said this earlier. There's too many people running around, excuse me, that's trying to be accepted. I told y'all for the new year, I'm going to bring my journalism game to the platform. I'm going to be hitting certain current affairs and stuff like that. I'm going to be hitting certain, you know what I'm saying, topics that I feel as though may be trending. I may catapult off the dark side, Harlem Legend and China Brim, because, you know, we all got our little pizzazz, our old little ditty bop. Oh, yeah, shout out to my man Monster Mo at Just Talk Real Talk TV. If y'all not subscribed, go over to my man Monster Mo. Great content. Like I said, everybody got their own ditty bop, man. And the reason why I bought my man Rack up here is, like, I know some real important people to me. And you notice, like, when people come up on this platform, I'm gonna let this be known again. And I'm going to give my man his flowers right now. We come from the lowest of low. And I think y'all understand my man articulation, his intelligence. You know what I'm saying? His dedication, his discipline, and his determination. The 3 Ds, and that's all you need in life. Discipline, dedication, determination. Whatever form you want to put it in. I watched my man go from running out of stores with racks of coats, getting on buses, jumping in cars, jumping in stolen cars, driving to towns just to go to stores that sold Polo, Guess, AJ's, Taylor's, Claiborne, Liz Claiborne, Calvin Klein. You dig what I'm saying? Like people like you see this Polo thing right here, man. People look at it and be like, yo, that's crazy. See, I don't get them. First of all, I want y'all to pay attention. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't get them regular pieces. You dig what I'm saying? Niggas be getting this right here, bro. This ain't no Marshall's piece. That ain't no Marshall's piece. You dig what I'm saying? That's a round table. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't no Marshall's piece. And I respect all the cats that be going out there trying to do what they do. But me personally, when I put low on, I'm going to make sure it's something that the person going to be like, where he got that from? It's not because I'm trying to impress nobody. See, that's what the clothesline thing. The reason why I wear my low is because of my die-hard friends from Brooklyn, man. A lot of us didn't get out of this shit, y'all. A lot of us are free and mentally destroyed. Shout out to my man, Rack Low. He's working for health services right now, man. Homeless. You dig what I'm saying? Kids. If anybody been rocking with me from day one, Cholo, I see you in the building. If anybody been rocking with me from day one, y'all notice that's been my whole movement. For us trying to rebuild ourselves and get ourselves back together. For us to start, quote unquote, taking the time to raise our kids, man. I'm so proud of my man. His daughter is on runways now. It's so much stuff we could have went into. I could have went into, yo, the time they did the, or the time they did the, or the time we did, because they low life, I'm decent. We got a bunch of dumb shit we want to talk about, but that's what I didn't really, matter of fact, not even me. The Most High didn't put me in a position to be on a platform to talk like that. And the reason why, because I'm not like that no more. Now, if you'd have been around me in my teens and, you know, my 20s, right before 25, when I had my son, I kind of started seeing things totally different, but I still didn't really have the sense that I needed. And unfortunately, I buried my mother at 29, 3 weeks before my birthday. And that right there catapulted me to totally like just this reprogramming, this foolish shit that I was running around doing. Like I told you, I used to suffer from this disease, y'all, called bitch assness. Somebody watching right now, male or female, is suffering from this disease called bitch assness, but I'm here to tell you, if you really want to do right, and you tell yourself every day you want to do right, you will do right. I don't think my man Rack would have ever even imagined to the fact. I don't think my man Thurston would have ever even imagined to the fact that clothes that they knew was easy to sell in the hood and clothes that was appealing to people in the neighborhood that made them stand out. Stuff that they was just doing to better their situation. You know what I'm saying? To defeat some of the insecurities we have within ourselves. They would never know that shit would catapult to them being on the movie screen. Not bad for some kids from Brooklyn, huh? I remember the police pulling up in cars looking for my mans for warrants from boosting. Like these dudes that killed somebody. You dig what I'm saying? Like they killed somebody. That's how crazy. I remember when Ralph Lauren despised them. Ralph Lauren despised them. Word up. And now Ralph Lauren is in partnership with them. Look at God work. Look at God work, y'all. Anything y'all want to do, like he said, man. And I be telling people this too, and I try to talk to the women about this, and I also talk to the men about this. But the reason why I try to really specify this, and it may seem like I be going a little hard on the women, is it's nothing but tough love, because I need y'all to understand something. It's only a low percentage of alpha omega males. And it's a lot of men that actually move off their emotions pertaining to their woman. So if that's the case, that means, ladies, y'all have the power to control and diffuse any evil eruption. That's why I be telling the women sometimes, like, I know y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the women that don't have no children, paying their bills, y'all got the right to chill out and go party and hang out and all that, but that don't mean you have to go out and party and degrade yourself. So some of the women that think that it's cool to dress like some of the women that, you know what I'm saying, dress on Instagram, that shit ain't cool, man. Y'all gonna fuck with, yo, that shit ain't cool. Like, honestly, man, don't get it twisted. As a man, though, no man want to see their woman half nude. Okay, we might want to see you in a nice dress, or you might pick a nice dress that you want to wear. Trust me, we're gonna be right there to see if you're gonna wear that dress that night, because if we don't like how that shit look on you in the store, we ain't buying it, and you ain't buying it. I don't, it's ain't even about nobody money. That's what a real man feel like. But then, you know, certain night, an evening gown, you know, you going to a club, you going to nice little dinner, you want to sit down and be on some romantic shit, you know, go to a little play or grown ass, you know, little R&B club. Yeah, let your mind rock what she got to rock. But women, you have to understand this. It comes a lot of responsibility in what you wear. It comes a lot of responsibility in how you move. Because unfortunately, there's some people in the street there's some dudes in the street that think they Don Juans. And I heard a dude down here say the other day he could have any woman he want. I just didn't really understand that. And he said that. He wasn't joking. He wasn't playing. He adamantly meant that shit from the middle of his heart. He said, man, I can have any woman I want. I said, you really feel like that, my dude? I said, but what about the women that's not concerned about looks? You're not really that handsome, so we're going to brush that over the table. What about the women that want somebody to intellectually stimulate their mind? That's not him neither, because his conversation is chicken wings, goldfish, and he going to the store to get $5 worth of gas and a moon pie. His conversation is nothing like that. So I didn't understand why he even thought that he can get any woman he wants, because like my man Rack said, there's people out here suffering from mental illness, man. Just like this YouTube. A lot of times y'all see me come up there in a t-shirt, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm secure with myself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them people you see on YouTube, to be putting on them outfits or whatever, or them special suits, when they be jumping in front of this camera, be dead broke. That shit ain't cool. I'm not trying to, first of all, impress the world. I'm trying to touch somebody's heart. I don't care about all that other shit. Somebody said to me earlier about the money. I said, yo, don't get it twisted. Whatever the Most High has in store for me to receive, I will receive humbly and graciously. But respectfully, y'all, I'm not here for the bread. Like, I've been through some real crazy shit in the world. I know it's other people that's been through worse than me, or even least than me, but they still been through some things that's been traumatic to their mind. Everybody I come in contact with, I tell them the minute I tell them, yo, you know I'm walking with God, right? I say that the minute I meet him. Motherfuckers start talking about that. Why you preaching shit? I don't fuck with him no more. Shout out to my man Dunbars. He in the building. He'll tell you, I don't play when it comes to God. Yeah, smoke my spliff and all that. Shit, Jesus, he drank wine, didn't he? So don't judge me. Jesus, them niggas used to sip that wine. You know what I'm saying? But my heart is pure. If I tell you I love you, I mean that. If I call you my friend and my family, I mean that. I spoke to my man the other day because Ja Ace, shout out to Ja Ace if y'all not subscribed to my man TV. My man channel, because he's the reason why I'm thinking about so much other stuff and other topics and stuff like that to give y'all with some real content instead of getting up here making a clown out of myself. And Ja Ace said to me, he said, yo, Dice, you really official. You've been plugged into certain things. I checked your resume. Go holler at your mans from the lowlifes. I'm dropping a link too if anybody want to pull up. So the next day, when Ja Ace told me to do this, y'all know what I did. I hit my man Rack. I got over 20, 30 lowlifes that I know contributed to certain movements. And I'd have been like, yo, I want you to come up on the platform. And they'd have been like, yo, come on, I'm going, baby. But tell you the truth, I don't know how to say this. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. Because I'm not better than nobody. But I don't want the ignorant nigga up on my platform. I got family members that's watching this. I got family and friends that's watching this shit, man. And if I got people up here that's looking like clowns and shit, that shit make me look like a fucking clown. And I ain't no clown, my nigga. I ain't never been no Ronald McDonald type of nigga. You dig what I'm saying? For real, man. If anything, when it came to McDonald's, my nigga, if I was going to be one of them characters, y'all would have might as well call me the Hamburglar, nigga. Because that nigga was about that bread. That might go over some of y'all head. Hit that like button for that, man. I want to appreciate y'all, man. And tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all, man. Because like I said, as of Sunday, it was 3 weeks that I came to the YouTube world. As far as my own platform, you know, trying to do my own thing, trying to build my own little family. When I started, I had 23 subscribers or whatever. As of today, I'm at like 450 subscribers, man. 3 weeks later, some people be like, yo, that ain't nothing. But then again, I've been told that is something. I see a lot of people that's been on YouTube for a long time. They don't have that. And I give thanks to the Most High. I have videos right now that's over 1,000. And I know people that's been on YouTube for years and they don't have over 1,000 views. And I'm not even monetized yet. Yo, it's just like God just brushing me up to walk me into this. I'm telling y'all something. If y'all think this interview tonight was crazy, wait till y'all see what I got coming for the new year. I got one of my super OGs that just did 32 years in the feds. And he told a friend to told a friend, like I tell y'all, to get at me. That's how low he be. He don't even be on phones and shit like that. And I was given a number to call him. When I called him, he was like, yo, my you? I see you know. He said, well, I'll come on your platform and talk to the people about the foolishness and the oppression that the government them there. Well, I'll put upon the people them. Shout out to all my rosters, all my gully man them, all my stains. You dig what I'm saying? I see you in Brooklyn. To my man, Ja Rastafari. Got to get back on my shit, y'all. I'm about to get on my shit, y'all. I ain't feeding into that goofy YouTube shit. Anybody on the YouTube that want to say my name or whatever like that, y'all just let me know I made it and I'm lit. I'm about to bring some serious content. I'm about to bring some controversial content. I'm about to bring some uplifting content. I'm about to bring some instructional content to my dudes out there that's going through their shit and they don't really know and they might be suffering from that bitch assness. Because I had a couple of people earlier say they think they have symptoms. I'm going to help y'all, man. I'm going to help y'all get away from that disease called bitch assness. To the women out there that might have heard certain things that I may say that your friends may have told you for years that you ignored, I'm going to help y'all get away from that bitch assness too because we need y'all. Every real man is influenced by one woman to walk straight. Don't you never forget that. It's either going to be his daughter. It's going to either be the woman that he chose as his wife or his spouse or his girlfriend. Or it's going to be his grandmother. I'm down here in the South. I done seen some of the toughest dudes bust their guns, sell drugs and all that. You know where them niggas is at on Sunday? Them niggas is sitting in church next to their women. Men that I don't even think some dudes don't know how to spell God. But you know where they at on Sunday? They in church with their women. And guess where they at after that? They in the buffet down here eating with them. Because them women down here, they don't play that shit. They don't give a fuck about what you doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday, your stupid ass is going to sit down. They got some dumb niggas out there talking like, man, I don't give a fuck what she talking about. I don't care about nothing. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm going to chill. I'm going to call my mans and them. Just like they said, you will be calling your man to come help you get your clothes. I'm gonna help y'all get through all that. Shout out to my man Racklow, man. A young man that I watched grow up. And I'm honored to say that he is still elevating mentally. Like he said, he got polo pieces from the 80s that will never, ever. I'm talking about the fabric is totally different in this shit, y'all. He got pieces, like I said, a couple of them coats just went for $1,500. He got pieces, man. Like I could just imagine if he was to sell all his pieces. The reason why I did this, y'all, number one, to give the flowers to my mans and them from Brooklyn and my man Rack Low, the godfather of that shit, 2 L's up. Because he gave y'all an in-depth definition of what the low lifes really mean. I couldn't give it to you that way. I can give you my stories I know about all of them and things I've been through with them, but I can't tell you what he told me. He put me on a certain shit. Y'all ain't notice I rolled 2 spliffs for this one. Always remember what I tell y'all, man. Another day alive. Another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Salute.